Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and we have a lot of news to cover with you all today. But first things first, let's get over the new One Piece links because we have two brand new leaders revealed for OP08. That being Tony Chopper and Carrot of the Minx tribe. Let's go. I'm super excited. The Tony Chopper was already technically spoiled, but they got the colors wrong. So, to my knowledge, everyone had it as a red-black leader, like Sabo and like Garp. But it looks like it's actually red-green, more like the red-green Luffy and other red-green decks. Actually, I actually don't think there is another red-green leader. I can't actually think at the top of my head. Oh, red-green Odin. There you go. There is a red-green Odin. But yeah, we have red-green Tony Chopper, and we have a full mono green, lovely Carrot here, which is really solid. They really like making mono green leaders. If you haven't noticed, the last, I believe, last set 6, set 7, and now this is set 8. The last 3 sets have had a mono green leader. We had Hody Jones in set 6. We are going to have Jewelry Bonnie in set 7, and of course now we have Carrot in set 8, which is pretty awesome. And they both introduce a new typing for us. Well, not necessarily, but are expanding on 2 typings that have gone really underused in the last multiple sets. That being animal cards and minks, which is really cool. So let's start with the one I'm more excited about, which is the Carrot card, because Carrot is basically just Perona but different. They're like, yeah, let's just make another mono green leader that does exactly what Perona does, but a little worse technically. But it's also, yeah, just a little worse Perona. Not Perona. What am I saying? A little worse Jewelry Bonnie. Basically, what she has the ability is that as long as you have a Minx card on the field, you once per turn can just rest an opponent's monster with less attack equal to the Minx monster on field. So let's say you have an 8-cost Mink monster. Well, that means you can rest anything once that is 8 or less, which is pretty solid. It's just a little worse than Jewelry Bonnie, who rests any character. It doesn't need a monster on field to do it. Not to mention, Jewelry Bonnie does not require any Dawn to do it. But it's still pretty interesting. And the fact that Carrot mentions Minx means we are going to get a new Nekomamushi and a new it's Cat Viper and Dogstorm, Duke Dogstorm. We're going to get new green versions of them, which is really exciting. And we're probably going to get Sulon Minx Carrot, which is also really exciting. And I really want to see the Musketeers, which I don't think they're called Musketeers, but they're like furries. They're Musketeers. They're the Guardians of Zoe. They're really cool, and I would love to see their Zoan forms. I would really think this deck would be really cool if it's like the Germa 66 decks, where they have their base forms and then they transform into their Sulong forms. That would be so freaking cool. I really hope that's the case, and that's what I'm pitching for, like, her deck concept. Now, the whole thing with Germa 66 is that she minuses Dawn, and then you get to draw cards when you do that. I'm not sure what's going to happen here with Carrot herself, but it'd be really cool if, like, they had the same transform gimmick that the Germa do, but in this case, it's like transforming into the Mink monsters. They turn into their Sulong forms. And if you don't know what Sulong is, it's basically Super Saiyan forms for them. When the full moon's up, they have the ability to basically turn into like Super Saiyan versions of themselves, which is really cool. They have lightning powers, which is really awesome. And yeah, they're just really cool. So I would love to see like a cool Sulong, Nekomamushi, and Inarashu. That would be really awesome. I really want to see Duke Dogstorm and Cat Viper in her Sulong forms, because that would be really cool. Especially if you have Perona's effect with them. Not Perona, I keep saying Perona. If you have basically Bonnie's effect with them, you can have like these really cool Sulong transformations in the deck that also just rest any character, and you're playing green, so you usually KO things that are rested. It'll be really cool. I really want to see this deck pull off. I'm just guessing what the deck's gimmick's going to be, because every deck has their own gimmick. I would really like the Minx to be like transformation, just like the event smokes are, which would be really, really cool. Next, we have Tony Chopper, red green. Everyone says it's going to be red black, but it's red green. And this card is actually pretty interesting. So basically, it has the effect where once a turn, you can give 3 Rested Dawn, one each, to 3 of your animal or what's it called, Drum Kingdom monsters / characters, which is really, really cool. So basically, it's Dragon's ability, but split into 3 different characters instead of 2. So I guess the idea is that you want to spam the field with little animal dudes, and then you just want to put Rested Dawn on each of them, which would be really, really cool. He is red-green, so there is a potential that he gets some rush cards. And because we get Tony Chopper as a leader, I would really love to see his transformations as cards. If you don't know, Tony Chopper has multiple different transformations, and we really haven't seen them in card art form. I would love to see, like, there's a boss monster version of Tony Chopper, and it's his monster point form. That'd be really, really cool as a card. We can also see, like, his karate form, his human form, all those, like, other forms he has. I would love to see those as actual cards. Maybe the whole gimmick of this set could be like transformation. I know I keep pitching this idea, but maybe whole Tony Chopper's gimmick is that he can like transform little choppers into like his other higher versions of himself, like Monster Point. Because Tony Chopper's power is that when he eats a Rumble Ball or when he just transforms, he has like different abilities based on his transformation, which is really, really cool. So I really want to see where that goes from here. It does look like more of a spam deck. It feels like Red-Green Law, with the whole gimmick of basically, hey, I want to spam the field with little dudes, and then I can put 3 Rested Dawn onto each character. So I can put like 1 Dawn on you, 1 Dawn on you, and 1 Dawn on you. That's 3. Basically, you're going to play with 13 Dawn, which is pretty nice. It's really interesting. I really want to see where this goes from here. But that's really it for this video. Next is going to be the OCG ban list, and I have a whole lot to say about that. So until next time, see you on the next one. Bye-bye.